I may, to Mr. Koenig. A true economic recovery is going to rely on improving consumer confidence and overall spending. Recent reports indicate spending is on the rise. Can you comment, please, on where your industry stands today as opposed to 12 or 18 months ago?
Certainly, Chairwoman Velazquez. The restaurant industry was certainly not immune from the economic troubles of the last couple of years. We've had well-documented in the public media stories about demand being way down because of consumer spending and unemployment. Recently, and we do regular surveys, we see an uptick. Anecdotally speaking, we see an uptick in overall business in the industry. Not to say that conditions are ideal, but I think it is safe to say that from the restaurant industry standpoint, we're cautiously optimistic that things are on the upturn, at least with our business.
I have noticed it in my district.
Glad to hear it.
I didn't have to make reservations 2-3 months ago. Mr. Collins, can you explain how outdated depreciation schedules for commercial roofs affect economic activity within your industry? And do you find that these businesses are choosing to repair older, inefficient roofs because they do not have the necessary incentive to do so?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. And we see it time and time again, regardless of reason, whether it's a facility that's being held for an investment and going to be turned, or whatever the reason. The current depreciation schedule has created a disincentive for the owner to be proactive in addressing the issues, and it's literally as simple as that. Activity like GRETA that would provide incentive would immediately create results. I mean, there is no doubt about that at all.
And how would decreasing the recovery period encourage more businesses to upgrade their infrastructure?
Well, it would encourage the activity by the tax breaks, by the incentives that would be present.
Mr. Joyce, I have introduced the Small Business Tax Relief and Job Growth Act, which will expand Section 179 to include roof, electrical systems, HVAC system, and other structural improvements. Do you believe that these incentives would encourage businesses to make those investments now? And is it enough to help businesses overcome the challenge of upfront costs?
Absolutely. And by allowing that early and quick depreciation, it's just enough to bump them off doing nothing. And right now, we see businesses make repairs to old, inefficient machines that if there was just a little extra incentive out there for them to go ahead and buy a new efficient machine with better refrigerant, more environmentally friendly operating characteristics, they would do that. And what I've told some folks, the way the depreciation schedule is on HVAC now, you almost have to pay for the equipment twice when you buy it. You write a check to me when it's put in, but then you've got to gross up your income, 30, 40, 50% to offset that because it's after-tax money, and then you have to depreciate over such a long time, you never recoup it. So it's almost like a double payment where the changes that you've introduced would give immediate relief, and folks are sitting there waiting for an excuse to act. And we saw it residentially with the $1,500 credit for energy efficiency upgrades. That literally kept us from laying off a single person over the past year. So, yeah, absolutely.